how are we doing out there? It is Patriots Inside the Wire. We like to call it Wednesday Warriors. Tonight, you'll see that we have another individual on the screen. I want you to tune in. Go grab your friends, your family, your people on Facebook, whatever it is. I want you to share and follow what you are about to see tonight with us. So we're going to roll. We're going to roll into the program. Grab them, share this, and enjoy the show as we help get you some information with some surprise. And I say it like that, surprise information. So thank you for joining Patriots Inside the Wire.
Giving a voice to the voiceless. We share the stories behind our freedoms and the ultimate sacrifice of those who protect us all. This is Patriots Inside the Wire.
Someone who was willing to give his life for his country and served honorably in Iraq. Beautiful thing to see the family and friends come together and honor his life and his service to our country.
Great to see you guys out here. This is awesome, really.
Welcome to the Patriots Inside the Wire broadcast, hosted by Gold Star mom, Tracy Two-Step.
And we're back. Tonight, as you'll see, I have someone else on the screen with us. I feel like I'm blinded. We're a very organic show here. I'm just going to roll right with it. We have Mr. Jim McCollum. Jim is with us, and as you see right there on his title, he is the new co-host, and he is the father of Rylee McCollum. Jim, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing well. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. It's our first gig rolling out here, and I've got two of the best that are going to come on with you. So I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excited to be here tonight.
Your first Gold Star Family Day, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad. All right, everybody, stick with us. I'm going to roll into this because I could talk a lot, but these guests that we have, they have a lot to give you, and I really want you to listen. So please share and listen to what we're going to talk to you about. These are what I call true heroes. No capes, all dog tags. This is our babies. Everyone on the screen, we've got tonight Gold Star father, 3 Gold Star mothers, but the 2 that are coming up, I want you to meet them. And so, Jim, I think we should just roll right into the show. Or do you have something you'd like to say tonight to kick off?
No, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to take part in this, and I look forward to tonight's conversation.
Well, sounds good to me. I know what I'm going to do. I need a drum roll. Okay, I won't do it. This, Miss Sheila.
Hey, Jim.
How are you, Sheila?
Sheila,
I'm hanging in there. How are you? How are you guys doing?
doing well.
That's Jim. I had just introduced you. Sheila, just when we were talking, said, "Oh, there's a Gold Star Family Day," and I said, "Oh my goodness, yeah, there is."
I have no idea.
Really?
No.
Wow. See, that's why I'm fighting for that holiday. You didn't even know. You didn't know, Jim.
I did not. Evidently, it's the last Sunday of every September. I just learned that last week.
Wow.
Had no idea. So
I'm loud a little bit, aren't I, Sheila? And like, hold on, I'll take you. Come on. We want to take care of our people, right?
Yeah.
Next year, they're talking about the whole week, Gold Star families. This show isn't all about just Gold Star families. You need to pay attention. Someone else is about to come up here. See, I know these ladies very well. They are mothers. They are dear friends. I have been in the same room. This is not a Facebook thing. We are in an actual broadcast. Not only are we live, we are in a broadcast. We're on the airwaves, the radio waves. We are on social media. We are a podcast that will roll out on every channel. You can listen to a podcast on their episode tonight. And I like to call it Jim Gold Star Mom Edition. These Gold Star moms, and I'm about to bring Anna because it's like a whole package here. It really is. If they knew the value, it would take us a while, more than one show. Sheila is the mother, and I'm going to let her talk in a minute because she does it way better than me. I just want to say his name, Etienne Murphy, and Sheila, MLTW.
Moms lead the way.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You would not believe the ranger I did that to, and he was like,
No, Rangers lead the way.
I said, don't mess with me. I got another mom who will come to you. To the show, Sheila. It's wonderful to have you. You're in another time zone here. We're on Central Time. So we're glad.
Sorry, Jim.
And what I want to do is go ahead and bring up Anna because, you know, Anna very well, and so do I. Here is Mrs. Anna Hernandez. Welcome, Anna. How are you?
I'm doing good. A little nervous, but
Are you?
Oh, you're okay. You're going to be just fine.
And just pretend there's no. Well, we've got comments. Just anything you need. Just like, hold on. It's very. Oh, hi. It is very organic, Anna. You do so much out there. What I'd like to do right now is, does anyone have any questions? I want to say hi out there. I see you. I see you're present. We have our great followers out there that pay attention to our show. Thank you so much for that. And Ann, I see you. Ann, thank you so much, Ann. And I really want to thank you. Please share this out there on X for us. We are grateful to our X family, which is weird for me to say still. And I swear, every time I'm going to say it, MySpace and Twitter had a baby and it's called X Spaces. Check it out. Oh, my humor. Tonight on Gold Star Mom Edition, listen, Patriots Inside the Wire, we talk about a lot, but we always talk about why we're able to have those rights and why it's important to recognize and understand where they come from. And we're not going to talk about my son right now. He's there. He's with me here. But I had to do something, which I used to do, and this is what was comfortable to me. Now, in my own experience, before the guests, I can't really go back to a full-time business setting after between legislation I want done and also just because it's not very, maybe I can't handle something that day because I want everybody to know it might look like it sometimes, but hey, it's okay to not be okay. And if you need help, reach out to us and listen, call 988. I do want to let you know that. But tonight I have Miss Sheila Murphy, I know well, and Miss Anna Hernandez. And I know, Sheila, you're on a different time zone. So yes. I'd love to speak with you a little bit about why you're here. Have you ever watched the show? And something you'd like to give us, because I know you so well. I just don't want to keep talking and spoil anything.
Well, I haven't seen the show yet. Sorry. But I'm here to raise awareness. First of all, to tell everyone about my son, my hero specialist, Etienne Murphy, Army Ranger, 22. He was deployed to Syria, May 2017. He was there for 5 days. And then I got the knock on the door. And I didn't know what a Gold Star mother was then until I went to the service and they handed me the purple Gold Star. And I still didn't understand what it meant. But as the years went on, very painfully, excruciating pain, I'm very raw and honest about my feelings. And I posted on Facebook a lot about the lack of respect that I received as a Gold Star mother within the Gold Star community and outside. And I saw how the parents were like the most disrespected, the most tossed aside, the most forgotten about. And so I created a fund, Specialist Etienne Murphy Gold Star Parents Fund. And it helps with financial assistance for parents to get to and from, events that their children are being honored at, or if they need to go to a seminar, or anything that has to do with their child and they have problems getting there, my fund will help them. And it also helps parents with essential daily needs like toiletries, household supplies and things, because a lot of us can't work. Since losing my child in 2017, I'm not able to work. And I'm self-employed with my husband, and we struggle because, if we don't work, we don't eat. Insurance is crazy and we're struggling, but no one knows. They don't know the struggles.
That's a constant theme, and something I'm new to this, but it's something I've been aware of as well. I have seen the lack of respect and
Wow, I'm sorry.
on a child level, but being ignored, and keeping the politics out of it, but that's painful to be recognized, and to have the kids not even be recognized. That's painful. And Tracy hit something as well, and you just touched on it too. And my daughter and I are actually discussing it today. The first 6 to 9 months after Riley died, it was just a fog. You're just numb and going through the motions basically. And I have not gone back to the profession that I had. I wouldn't be good at it. I mean, later, but I would not be good at what I did. The passion is no longer there. And there are days where you don't want to go. You can't go. You're with other things. So I understand exactly what you're saying and how you feel there. And it's a battle. It's a crazy road, the highs and the lows, and you never know which day is going to be that one that just kicks you in the gut.
Yeah.
And to add a little bit to what you said, is this is a lifetime journey. Time heals nothing. Grief changes, and it changes daily, by the hour, by the minute. It's a smell or song, a word or something that is said, it hits right there, and you lose your breath, and you don't know what to do anymore. At that moment, you're lost. So yes, losing a child changes a person forever. This is a lifetime journey.
Absolutely.
And this is Anna. Anna Hernandez is a Gold and Blue Star mother of 2 Marines. So we're kind of jumping over here for you. I hope y'all are following. Sheila Murphy, Specialist Etienne Murphy, as she mentioned. Gold Star families are handed. We get the label. Nobody knows what Gold Star is. And the Jim, I saw exactly where we're going. Thank you for that. The Gold Star title for our individuals that are paying attention out there. I don't know if Anna'd like to go there. Sheila'd like to go there. I think they've heard it from me plenty of times, but I'd love to hear, what is your response to Gold Star family or Gold Star mom? I'm sure you've got a story. I got a few, but I'd love to know yours.
Do you want to go on it? Do you want to go first, Sheila, and then I'll touch on it?
So what you're asking is, what do I feel about being a Gold Star mother?
Well,
or what do I think about being a Gold Star?
Oh,
okay.
Nobody knows. They don't
know.
I got a gold sticker. I got a story that happened to me after the retreat.
They said congratulations to me. I got a congratulations that I'm a Gold Star mother. I'm like, no, this is not a good thing. I lost my child. And the thing of it is that the Gold Star Families Week or whatever it is, the only people who know about it are Gold Star families and, some, and the military and military supporters and Gold Star family supporters. So that's why I've been trying to solicit help, with senators to help me to please make Gold Star Family Day a federal holiday. And I got Senator Warren to help me with it, but it died. It was a Gold Star Families Day Act where the last Monday in September would be a federal holiday. It would be Gold Star Mothers and Families Day. And they didn't care about it. Not one vote. But when they handed me that flag, they all said that they were sorry for my loss. If there's anything I can do, I'm here for you. We owe a debt to you that we can never repay. And I said, you can stop making payments by approving this holiday and then helping the parents out more, because my son was married. I had no say over him. I couldn't plan the funeral. I could do nothing. I just had to sit there and watch a grieving 22-year-old young lady with 2 babies try to plan a funeral for her husband. and I got pushed aside. So now I make sure that I do whatever I can to make sure that everybody knows about my son. And I'm going to do that until the day I die.
Sheila,
And I can vouch for that.
imagine how wonderful it would be to see Gold Star Mothers and Families Day on
Yeah.
the calendar.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Imagine how wonderful that would be.
Yeah.
So Sheila, please let us know what the Gold Star community can do to support you on that. Because I'm
Thank you.
on your side.
Thank you. I reached out to Senator Warnock's office in Atlanta. I'm waiting to hear from them with this campaign going. It's craziness, but I'm like, I don't hear Gold Star families being mentioned enough.
Well, we're not
And we need help. We need help. Our children are not here because they were protecting this country. Everyone can sleep peacefully. They can shop peacefully. They can have whatever religion they like because our children were out there thinking about them. So now it's not just a soldier or a Marine or a Navy SEAL that passed. It's somebody's baby, somebody's mother, sister, brother, child. And we're just left behind, especially the parents. I see it.
And yes, 100%, Sheila. And imagine, of course, this is not putting anyone's pain down or anything like that. But on top of being a Gold Star mother is that scare that I have that I may gain another Gold Star because I have a son serving.
Oh, yeah,
I've already experienced a knock at, on the door, and I didn't know which one of my child or my children I had lost. So imagine knowing that I lost one and another one is still out there serving.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary.
I can only imagine, because we know each other, there are a couple of things I haven't asked that I'm curious about, and I bet Jim is too. Sorry, production. I got you. Anna, I've never asked you that. I don't know how comfortable you are. And then Sheila, I've got a question for you, and I bet you might have too, Jim. So Anna Hernandez, Lance Corporal Armando Hernandez. I don't know if you're watching. Some of you are joining us from Facebook. Some of you are on our broadcast. Some of you are out. I can see you. We're so glad to see you. Thank you, Jennifer. I just saw yours too. And thank you, Alicia. We see you. We do know Alicia. She's saying hello to us. So I want to make sure we say that we see you and we understand what you're saying too, Jennifer. Now, Anna, and I'm going to have a question for you, Sheila, which is Specialist Etienne Murphy. And usually a Gold Star family that's been around a little bit. We just had Mr. Terry Burgess on, and Jim, you got to meet Terry Burgess.
Yes.
And so Terry Burgess runs the retreat. Now, Sheila and Anna and I got to meet in person there. Now, on this screen, we live pretty close to each other, so I'm going to get out there more. To be I'm a very honest person. The timing wasn't good for me. I had a lot to do in Georgia because of things I was taking on. Thank goodness that I had a very good experience with the military. I was fortunate. There's always one, though. There's one commander. But other than that, I was fortunate in that area. My issue is things that I can't get into. So we keep a kind of generic obituaries, what we do. And then, Terry will say, and he said it live the other night, and that's why I'm telling Sheila and Anna, and that's Gold Star Parents Retreat for those of you that didn't catch that show. They were teasing me. They're like, legislation, call Tracy. And I said, well, I didn't have a choice. It's like, you just go. It's like that mom mode, that mama bear mode. So Anna, my question, Anna, did you get that knock on the door? I get this question, like, is it like in the movie to you? Did you just get the knock and it's a chaplain and a officer and you really didn't know which son because you have two Marines?
It was actually much worse than that. We were on vacation in a Muslim country. And so we opened the camera when we were at the hotel waiting for a van to pick us up to go on an excursion. And I opened my camera and I see two Marines standing at the door.
Wow.
And they are looking for Mr. and Mrs. Hernandez. And I say, I had an idea of what happened. My oldest was deployed. My youngest was on base. And I opened the camera and I said, well, we're not home. And they said, well, unfortunately, we can't tell you anything until you make it home. So I don't know what happened. I can't get a hold of any of them. My oldest is deployed. My youngest, I don't know, is the one I've lost. So we go to the airport and we try to find a flight. You have to remember that it's a Muslim country, and there are days that because of religion, on that day you can't do anything. The world stops. So they tell us, we call the Red Cross, we call the American Embassy to get us out of there. And they tell us they were able to find us a flight, but because of where we're at, we can't leave until it's midnight in the next day. So it took us 40 hours to make it home to find out which one of my
Oh my gosh.
I had lost. And it wouldn't make a difference.
Mm.
You love your children the same.
Mhm.
But I did get that knock on the door. I got a camera, and I got just when I came home, I found those two Marines standing at my door. And
Wow.
So in the Marines, did you have a chaplain and an officer, or how did that work?
so there were several mistakes that were made. I don't think it was intentional. And I think they meant well. When we were at the airport, we got a phone call. We were already at the airport. By the way, we were at the airport for 15 hours trying to find a flight. And so in the meantime, I'm crying, screaming, going to the chapel. And I get a phone call. We got a phone call probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours after, arriving at the airport, and it's a chaplain. And the chaplain tells us, my deepest condolences. I didn't know I had lost a child. I was still in the hopes
Oh.
that my child was okay. Remember, they couldn't tell us anything until we were in front of the Marines. So I have to say that I had to see two Marines standing at my door twice, in front of the camera the first time and 40 hours after. So I got it twice.
Wow. Sheila, and I'm doing this because I know you both well, so I don't want to go to me. This is about you, Jim, and Jim too. I'll let you chime in here in a minute, but I know that Sheila, you're on a different time zone, so I know that we wanted to get you some time in there. So and then I want to come back to you, Anna. I do see something, and I have a question also about behind you, Anna. Mrs. Sheila, we know very, very, very well, and it was so funny. We got to meet in person, and when you're a Gold Star parent, now I'm going to say family because everyone on this screen knows I'm really big about siblings. I really, really, really am looking to build the sibling scholarship, which is it's not out of an organization. There's a whole Gold Star committee that's formed. Anyone that wants to join this with the good intention of helping our community, not a nonprofit, but we are building a village is what we're doing. And whether it's legislation, whether it's the scholarship sibling fund, and whatever it is that we would like to work on as far as legislation that we would have to do, that's been a project that we've been working on kind of underground. And we're only doing it that way because we really want people to understand what we're doing. And what we're doing is doing it positive. We don't want to take away from anything. What we want to do is give back, inform, and educate. So Sheila, I keep looking. This is Etienne's face. That, like, when I'm looking at you right now, he is looking at me. So when we choose the pictures that we do that for a reason. Are you able to see him right by you? The one that I have chosen, looking at me like that. Your boy. Do you see that one?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Okay. That's him saying, "Go get it. Go do that legislation. Take care of it." So I'm like,
yeah, I'm trying. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying to make it have it be a federal holiday. And the bill is S.3734, 117th. So if anyone wants to look it up or try to support it, once again, it's S.3734. It's the Gold Star Families Day Act. And I'm hoping and praying that someone will have that conviction in their heart who has the power to change things, to help us. Because, you know, I have my saying, put I'm sorry into action.
Oh,
And I came up with that saying because there's so many people who say, I'm sorry for your loss, and they can put their I'm sorry into action. So like you, Tracy, you, Jim, you, Anna, you all are putting your I'm sorry into action by coming on here and speaking and educating people and enlightening and raising awareness. And that's what it's all about. Don't just say you're sorry for my loss when you can help me. And it's not always monetary. You know, it could be a hug or a ride to the doctor's appointment or a plate of food, anything to show that you're sorry, because we need help. You know, this is my 7th year and it still feels like it just happened. I was at the hair salon actually messaging my son. And then his wife just calls me and says, go home. And I'm like, and hung up. And I'm like, what in the world? I'm messaging my son. There's no way anything could be wrong with him. But it was. And when I get home, soon as I closed the door, there was the knock on the door. I don't remember. I don't think there was a chaplain. There was like, maybe there was, the chaplain was there. My chaplain was my CAO, Casualty Assistant Officer, is what the military gives you for a year. He was a
and
chaplain.
Sheila, Army. So you got
Mhm.
Army
Yeah.
right here. You got
Army.
Tracy, the Army Ranger, and then you've got Anna and Jim over here, Marines. So we're covering
Oh,
bases. I want to make sure they hear us out there because it is different in each.
it is, yeah. Because I don't
That's
know
why I
how it
wanted
works with the Marine. Yeah, all I know is I got a CAO, and they came into my home and told me, and I just fell out, you know, screaming and crying. And ever since then, I would post on Facebook about my true feelings. You know, say I want to die. You know, of course, that's how I felt. Most people who lose a child, that instant, they just want to die. It's a feeling. We're not suicidal. The pain is just so very badly that we just want relief. And we know that there's no other relief, because the only relief is if our baby comes home. So sometimes I get those feelings like I want to die, but I'm not suicidal. I can't do that to my children and my husband. So we just have to ride. Yeah, I tell people to ride it through. You have to live through those feelings and be honest and not be concerned about what society says you should say or not. If you feel like you want to die, you know what I'll say? Me too. And then we'll just say, but you know what? We can't. So we're just going to be in the We Want to Die club and just support each other. And that's what you do. This is a horrible life. I hate it. I have another saying. I welcome the sunrise and dread the sunset, not wanting to see another sunrise. I welcome the sunset and dread the sunrise, because I don't want to see another sunrise without my son. And that's horrible. All 4 of us feel the same pain.
And for me, it was that hope that I'd be able to hug him wherever, you know, whatever that
Yeah.
there's unfinished business there. There's
No closure.
smiles and laughter that are no longer there. And you want that so bad. I don't want to die, but
right.
You want to feel that. And it's a crazy little mind trip you go through.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely the worst feeling to yearn for your child and know it was the yearning of that hug.
Yeah, phone call. Yeah, anything.
You know, I'll be okay if Armando was far away again and I could hear him.
Right.
Absolutely.
With that, I would be okay, because I knew that he was serving and I knew that my boys deployed. I would be okay if my boys were far away, but if I could just hear them.
Right.
Tracy and I have a similar story. That little green dot that you would see on Messenger, while he was in Jordan and Afghanistan, if I saw that little green dot, I knew I wasn't going to talk to him, but that green dot meant he's good. He's okay.
Right.
Yeah. So I would look for it in the morning. I would look for it when I went to bed. And there was so much comfort in something so minuscule as a little green dot.
Right.
It's the little things that mean so much to us.
Painful when that was gone.
I'm sorry,
And
Jim.
what Jim
Sorry.
means is when Adam was in Iraq and Jim's talking about obviously Rylee McCollum, a Marine as well. That green dot, because of the time zone, like I was
Mhm.
lucky because I was like, nobody else is going to be awake. I'm awake. And I saw that dot and I knew, oh, he's in from his mission. This is
Mhm.
Iraq I'm talking about. But the green dot, I wanted to explain that, Jim, because you did hear me say that last time. That green dot, oh my goodness. We'll have to get together on that on another show. But I actually was like writing songs. That green dot was like my lifeline.
Yes.
And sometimes now I'm like, I don't do so much at the messenger except for the show now I do. But Sheila, one good thing that I found was there's some good people out there. Next year they're talking about it's a whole week. There has been legislation already
Yeah.
that it's not just
Mhm.
going to be on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It will be the whole week for Gold
Yeah.
Star families. So we do have that. But as far as legislation, what you can do is get it to me. And we
Mhm.
need to look at the language in it.
Okay.
And what we need to do as that committee, and everyone listening out there, that's even if you don't think you're good at this, you'd be surprised. If you get some of us together instead of us all working on 20 projects,
Mhm.
can you imagine what it's like if we have a whole Gold Star committee coming in and bringing this instead of scattered all over? And we will accomplish things. We will accomplish a lot because you cannot ignore the masses and then just take care
Right.
of one. So I would love and welcome to see that. So Sheila, be sure to
Okay.
let me get a copy of that language.
Okay. I'll send the
Jim's
bill to you.
working on things too, and now he's with the show.
Okay.
And like Terry's labeled me, I guess. I was like, I quit adulting though. So you have to go back and look at the other show to understand that. But no, I will continue. I will continue that. I kind of fell into it, and I'm not a politician. I need to make that clear.
Yeah. Me either.
I am a mother.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sheila is a mother. Anna's
That's
a
all
mother.
we have.
Jim
Yeah.
is a father.
Mhm.
We all still have children that we're taking care of. We all
Yeah.
still need to function and have things. Now,
Mhm.
I think where Anna might understand this part, Jim, and Sheila, maybe I haven't even asked you this question, but I know I can with Anna. I happen to be somewhere with you, Anna. And so congratulations on your daughter. She
Thank
just
you.
recently graduated. She's going off to
Yeah.
college. And I know what that's like. And I know how expensive that is,
Yes.
especially right now in our inflation.
And she's planning to go in the service and be an attorney for the Marines.
Oh, wow.
That goes. So I would, if she decides to do that, I'll have 2 blue stars.
Oh, gosh.
Wait, okay, wait. That was a lot. Hold on.
Oh,
Is she
poor
going to
Anna.
school first?
So my daughter just graduated from high school, but she also earned an associate's degree. She's going into the law program, and
Cool.
she's thinking about joining the Marines, the law program. So she talked to my son. My oldest is a captain in the Marines, and he was stationed in Quantico, Virginia. He's somewhere else right now. But anyways, she went to visit Quantico and got to talk to some people, and so she's contemplating to join the Marines in the future.
In
Mhm.
the future. So that was my question. Is she going to school first and then it would be the service?
Yes, she's going first, and she's going to finish 2 years, and then in 2 years she'll make a decision.
Okay, good. I it's not my decision. It's your daughter, but I know
Or
things.
my decision.
Well,
I know what you would say.
there's things I didn't know then that I know now, and it's like, man, if I had only known a little bit more,
Mhm.
you
We don't
always
know anything.
could have
We
done
need to.
something.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I say.
It,
We don't
but
know.
maybe we, I do that. I do that to myself, and so, Anna, that would mean 3.
3
You
of
would
3.
have 2 blue stars. And what I was looking at behind you right there, and so everybody that's looking at us, and I'm looking at Sheila's. You can
Yeah.
look at Jim and see Marines by him, and
Yeah.
everything you can imagine.
Two
But
blue stars.
she's got a gold one, and she has a stained glass that has gold then blue. Anna, did you make that, or someone made that for you? And there's a reason I'm asking.
No, actually, a little story to that. I went to this cabinet place to make glass for my cabinets. And when I went there, I noticed that the owner of this small glass company is called Kingwood Glass. Please buy from them if you can, support them. They have been huge supporters to the military. I saw a picture of a young lady, and she had a little angel on the side. So I asked, I said, "Oh, this is your daughter?" And the owner said, "Yeah, this is my daughter. I lost her to a drunk driver some years ago." And I said, "Well, I'm so sorry." And I gave her a hug, and we cried. And then she said, "I feel you, tell me." And so I told her, "I understand you." And I told her my story about my son. We connected so well. I told her I'm also a Blue Star mom, and she made that. Her and her daughter made that. She has another daughter, made that for me, and that's a gift that is very dear to me.
Well, and
It's
it's
beautiful.
beautiful. It's very, very beautiful.
Mhm.
I have one that's just got one gold star. I don't think I could do multiple stars on anything. Everybody knows that about me. Luckily, the one I still have here is an old soul. He's just not, it's not going to be his forte. Let's put it that way. Or his
Mhm.
mother. It's just a different path he's going to take. So we support, and we will always support, because our veterans and those that serve are why we have our freedom of speech right now. The platform we have without restriction, especially this platform, because of mainstream media, we're not going to get our word out there like we'd like to do it. We have a lot of topics. And so when we say terms like, this is why I'm stopping, Blue Star, Gold Star. Okay, Blue Star, for everyone out there, is an active duty service member that is serving in any branch of our military, meaning their family is a Blue Star family. And they would hang that in the window. And this dates all the way back to World War I. So we're trying to update, educate, there's a lot of old information out there. We would love to have this all updated. That's part of the legislation we're working on. They change your Blue Star to gold. So your active duty service members that are serving, if they do not choose to take off that uniform, they didn't take that off. For some reason, they didn't get to come home. They didn't leave the military. They aren't coming back. That is a Gold Star family. And that is active duty straight through the DOD. And they come to us through the military. I don't do my story, but it was Sheila. I mean, you mentioned something, and Anna, so did you. It was a chaplain and a CAO. And my comment always is no one should come to a house without a counselor. There should be a counselor immediately that sticks with you. And then I'd like to see some changes there too. I mean, and I want to work with the system, because we're not going to change a whole lot if we go against it. So there's a lot of good, but there are some things that we can contribute to make better out of our own experiences. And like each one of us, I can tell we have an experience where it is. So Anna, your oldest, you're talking about your younger daughter, was very close to her brothers. I have that same thing, and they find it difficult. So I'm not really going to go there, but they find it too difficult. It's just, there hasn't been a lot of love shown. Some areas are just wonderful.
Tracy, I'm going to tell you, now that you said about siblings and this
Siblings I've forgotten about too.
scholarship and all that, my daughter's going to college. We couldn't find any scholarships that would apply to siblings. But let me tell you just a little bit, if I may, to say about siblings.
Yeah.
Although it took us 40 hours to find out from the Marines that we've lost our youngest, we knew it was Armando. And I want to say that, clarify that, because my oldest is married, and we called his wife to find out. We knew that if my daughter-in-law didn't know anything about my son, then we knew it would have been Armando. So that's how we found out, not through the Marines. The Marines officially had to tell us in person. We get home, and when we get home, the Marines are at the door, and my son is on the phone. Even though he was deployed, they went and they got him, and they brought him to main island to be on the phone when we got the news. Both my boys were serving together on the same base. They ate lunch together. They worked out together. They spent weekends together. They were very close. When Armando graduated from boot camp, my oldest was in Japan. He flew to Camp Pendleton to his graduation to get a salute from his brother on graduation day. When we lost Armando, I have the memory of seeing my boys get off the plane side by side because my oldest was Armando's escort.
Mm.
And my oldest told me, we are not just brothers by blood, but we're brothers in arms. And I am bringing my brother home. And he got his uniform ready here at home and left to bring me my son home the next day.
Wow. Wow.
To
For
add
those
to
of
the
you
power,
out there,
to
I
add
want
to
you to know that and listen to Anna and her story. I brought up a picture for those that'll be on the podcast part. I
that's
have a
graduation
picture.
day.
Yeah, I have a
To
picture
add,
up there.
yes, to add to the power of sibling connection and love.
Mhm.
When Armando left home, he told my daughter, his little sister, that he was going to take care of her forever. And he was out there to serve for her. When we lost Armando, we found out that he left everything to his sister, his life insurance and everything, with a note stating that he was taking care of her.
Mm.
And that is the power of siblings that is not taken care of by government, but by siblings themselves.
Mhm.
And I feel that it needs to change. We need to make a change and take care of the siblings
Yes, ma'am.
that are very forgotten.
Yes.
Mhm.
Now I have a daughter that says she wants to continue the service that Armando couldn't finish.
Mm.
And I respect her for that. And we'll want to follow that. But that sibling scholarship you're talking about for her, I happened to be at the retreat, and I do know when she graduated, I know that you looked because I have had two daughters already, and I had looked and I was like, okay, there is not really anything that's dedicated towards this area. It's really, really good if it's, if they're married and the military really does take care of the child, but they forget they go in young. I mean, they join young, and it's like,
Mhm.
if I can have a kid in a war in Iraq and he's not even old enough to drink, but yet,
Right.
like, I got to do something about the siblings that are affected tremendously. And one thing I've never ever said is you and I will have to talk, because one thing, my son's name is Adam. He went by two-step. I'll only say this. The same thing about your daughter is something that Adam did too. Not all life insurance like you just mentioned, but he did do something. And there is something you can do out there. So if anyone has questions, you can get a hold of us. But ironically, Anna, we need to have a conversation because that's something I did not know.
Yeah.
But I know that I have always been just clawing about the siblings, and I didn't know that part. But I'll let you know that my youngest daughter was definitely on the paperwork. And we had an issue because she was underage. So
we had to go to court. Esmeralda was 15. And when they brought us all the paperwork, we had to go to court to halt even notifying Esmeralda that she was the recipient of the life insurance. She was too young, too traumatized. She could not handle those news. So we had to put that on hold. And so she just turned 18 and just found out.
I did it on purpose. So we won't stick to me, but I on purpose said, I'll just wait till she's 18. And it wasn't his life insurance, but another family, and you may have someone serving. There is something you can do for your sibling that my son did, and I didn't even know about it. So, and it's not the life insurance, but I was like, whoa. And that's the power of the siblings. So Sheila, going back to you and Etienne, and I've seen like just getting the Gold Star ride and the Hawaii and the beautiful experiences, but then you get up here with it, and then it's like boom.
Right.
Because I really hadn't gone anywhere. I'm an honest person here. Y'all know this. The only thing I went to was one time. The first time was only for 12 hours at the Gold Star Parents Retreat, and then I left. And then I did come back last year and stayed the full 3 days. And I was so happy I did, because I love to work with Terry and Beth. But I also love it when I meet people. Anna, that's how I knew Anna and I actually know each other, and so does Sheila and I. But Sheila, Anna, Jim, you'll love this. It's like a piece of your body's ripped out, right? I think we could all agree that we're not the same.
Nope.
And I was just kind of feeling like anxious. I don't know another word to put it. So I remember Sergeant Carter. Shout out to Sergeant Carter out there. Sergeant Carter goes to Gold Star Parents Retreat. The white family goes and visits my son. I cannot go there in Arlington. I do what I do, and that's what works for me. So I tell everyone, you don't have to do anything. You need to do what's best for you. But I remember Sheila pulling at me and saying, "Hey, how are you?" And I got my hat on. Jim, where's your hat? That's part of the deal. You can't be the co-host without that. You left me hanging.
I was trying to fix the lighting. Next time the hat's going back on.
It's the whole story, because Sheila grabbed me. And it was like, you don't want to just be sitting there, and like, I was just like, I don't know what to do, man. I was like, let me wash dishes, Terry. And this is Terry Burks again. And he's like, no, you need to go. And I'm like, I'm not. And so Sheila comes up to me and she's like, hey, you're from Texas. How do they two-step there? You know what?
I remember that. I remember that.
You remember that? I was like, thank you. I was like, well, one, she's been paying attention. Yes, I am in Texas. Yes, I taught them to two-step, because I was like, son, stay away from those girls that you do not need to be around. And I won't go any further in that one, but I was like, yes. So here we are dancing.
I'm one thing I have to say, and this is something that Sheila and I talk about it all the time, is that joy is different among Gold Star families than out there. I am not the same. I can enjoy happiness out there. It just doesn't seem the same. But when I'm with my fellow Gold Star families, it hits different. We can laugh and cry at the same time within minutes, and it's okay. But if I do that out there, they're going to think I'm crazy. It's just
that, or it looks weak or something. So I definitely get it, Anna, and Sheila too. So the dancing made me like, kind of like, I would do it here too, though. I mean, if you come to Texas and we end up somewhere, I'm going to say, let's go two-step for real. So, and that's the fun. I know it's going to be weird for other people to hear this. Everybody has to remember, everyone on the show tonight is a Gold Star family. So tonight is Gold Star edition. So that's why, hang on and listen to us here. We're talking about your military. We're talking about your rights, your freedoms that you have, and your First Amendment, Second Amendment, which a lot of stuff is going on right now. And I tell you this, Tracy, not someone else. Again, I'm a mom, not a politician. I really hope people are paying attention, because if I don't have my son, because what he served for, There was a purpose there. There was a reason. And that reason is for us all to have our opinions. We are all people. We all have that inside heart, but we've had to live a different version with our heart. It's kind of turned inside out and then kind of got a twist in it, it's heaped up. But I just tell everyone, please pay attention. Please recognize, not just be on your TV screen, but maybe dig a little deeper. And if you want information, we're happy to give what we know. It's not like we know everything, but try to stay involved. And then we do employ anyone listening out there, anybody that's working on anything, to get in touch with us, because you never know. I mean, we would be open. And I'm speaking for me, Anna, Sheila, and you can speak for yourselves. What would you say if someone got a hold of you and said, do you want to come speak? Or Jim, I know that we've talked about this, and how do you feel about this?
I actually, that's where my healing journey starts. Being able to go speak and remember Rylee, remember the 13, remember all of them that we lost, 20 years and beyond. Being able to speak about it. And then I also write a lot, and writing and posting that, I'm all in. As long as it's the proper forum and the right people. That's the only way I got through this, was being able to, and to touch on what Anna said, I'm part of 13 families, and it's those families, like you said, the joy, I can be with them, laugh and cry, and I don't feel guilty. I feel accepted. If I laugh outside of the Gold Star families, I'm my own worst enemy, because those demons haunt me, and then I feel bad that why am I smiling? How am I having fun?
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right. Feels like I'm letting Rylee down,
Right.
by laughing and smiling. So something you said there that is huge. It's a family we never wanted to be part of, but the families that we are around are actually what helps us move forward.
Right. And we have to respect each other, though. Everyone grieves differently. And I can't expect Jim to grieve the way I grieve, or Anna to grieve the way I grieve, or Tracy. We have to respect each other's journey and accept everyone where they are, and start trying to tell them how to feel. Even some other Gold Star tried to tell you how to feel, what to do, don't do this, don't do that. And that works for me. Just like Jim, like I write a lot too, Jim. And the first couple of years, that's all I did. Facebook was my journal. And I wrote raw. It's really raw, and it was honest. And a lot of people didn't like it. They told me I was going to hell. Stop doing that. You're something we want you acting like that. And I didn't listen to anybody, because Etienne was my baby. So I'm going to write whatever I want to write. Yes, and it is cathartic for me. Yes. Right. So I'm honest about my feelings. If you go to my Facebook page, you will see the truth. Grief is ugly. It's smelly. Red eyes, no sleep, overeating, undereating. Our minds are gone. I can't remember anything. I'm just done. I'm dead inside. I'm just
so glad you said that.
I'm not even living. I'm just existing here now. I'm just like a zombie. I'm the Walking Dead. And people, I smile, but on the inside, I'm like, do you all understand my child is not here? I don't want to be happy. I don't want to eat if my son can't eat. You feel guilty, and then people say, don't feel guilty. It's easy for them to say. They have their children. So to all parents out there who are grieving, do not let anyone tell you how to feel or what to say, or what. Not even doctors. Sometimes they're the worst, because they want to give you medicine and they just want you to get over it. And we're never going to get over this.
No.
Never. I'm never going to be okay. And that's okay.
Those stages of grief are repeating. You don't go through those stages and then and that's it.
Right. I don't even call it stages. It's phases, and you be up and down all over the place. And 1 minute you want to go somewhere, then you don't. You're like, people don't call me, don't call me. You get upset when people call you. Then you look crazy to everybody.
So I'm not losing my mind.
No. I found Jim recently. Well, we kind of found each other, I think, and he's pretty comfortable speaking.
Yeah.
And so I tell everyone on the show with Patriots Inside the Wire, It's very organic. So that's why with Anna and Sheila both, I knew
Mhm.
that this is something that would be easy. It's not a,
Yeah.
we don't like it to be rehearsed.
Mhm.
No one ever says anymore when your goals start, like, what was your background or what was your resume or what did you do before?
Yeah.
And it's like,
I live life. I live life. I was comfortable. I was fine. I was happy. I went
Yeah.
to work and I came home. It was
Mhm.
normal. My husband works in construction. I work at school. I was
Yeah.
fine. I was happy. That was okay with me. I am
Yeah.
no longer okay.
mhm,
No,
yeah,
we're not going to be
You know
okay.
what?
Never.
Another thing I have to say is people don't understand how high functioning grievers we are. You know, we can
Yeah.
have a panic attack right now, and within 30 minutes, we're
Mhm.
done. We cried, we screamed, we did all of that. And in
Mhm.
30 minutes, we have something to do and we go out
Yeah.
there because that is our new normal.
Yeah. We look like this now. All of us are hurting right now. But if
Yeah,
we went out on the street, no one could even tell.
No.
We're
right.
good actors. We're very good actors at hiding it. And I've learned to, like, I wear sunglasses all the time. I'm surprised I don't have them because I cry everywhere. In the store, I see his favorite cereal. I'm at the gas station, see a car he used to have, and a song come on. I'm just crying. So I cry all the time, everywhere. And I do get a lot of hugs. And I wear my Etienne t-shirts every day. You know, I wear every day. I wear a t-shirt because I want people to understand that freedom is
yeah,
not free. We are the true casualties of war, and we are collateral damage. And it's just horrible that I can't hug my son. He had a 3-month-old baby. It's just so sad. People don't understand that these soldiers, these heroes have families that are left behind, sisters and brothers who are, I can't even mention Etienne's name to my other 2 sons. And it's been 7 years. They still won't say his name. They have no help at all, no support, nothing. My son called me just the other night saying, Mom, I don't want to be here anymore. Can you pray for me? And he's in Florida and he's so far and it's hard. We're struggling. We are struggling mentally, but everybody wants us to be okay because it makes them feel comfortable. You know, but you can be uncomfortable for a couple of minutes. I have to live with this for the rest of my life. So you're going to hear what I have to say, or you can just leave. And what I've learned through this whole grief journey, there's a lot of people that are going to turn away and just let them go because God is moving them out of the way to put the people who should be in your life. And my life, my family now is mainly Gold Star because families don't understand and they get tired of you being sad and crying and talking. And that's all I talk about is my son. So I have my new family now. So Anna, Tracy, and my sister, Jim's my brother. We're family now. It's a
Absolutely.
bond. You can meet a Gold Star mom you never met on the street and you instantly you feel
Yes.
that bond.
Yes.
Absolutely.
we hope,
Mhm.
yes. Now that's the goal, right? Like
Yeah.
you mentioned your posts, and I do remember a phase where sometimes some come back at me, and I'm like, man, I was really not okay that day. And I'm like, it's like, do you want to recheer that one? And I'm like, maybe
Me
not.
too.
You know,
There are a couple. I mean, I don't sugarcoat it. It's the
yeah.
truth. I mean,
It
And
is.
it's
and I
still
do
today.
hope,
It's ugly.
yeah,
It's
and
ugly.
Right.
yeah, and I do hope that we have more unity, that we
Right.
grow together.
I'm trying.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of separation, and I don't,
Mhm.
again, I don't think it's intentionally. I
No.
don't want to speak ill about the separation. I just think that we're so lost and we don't know what to
Yeah.
do, that
Yep.
we don't find each other. And when we do find each other, there's a lot of love and understanding and empathy.
Mhm.
But I think there needs to be a lot more to bring the Gold Star community together.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. And you know where I go with that one is I say, okay, then fine. You're not going to ever understand me, and I don't want you to. I don't want
Right.
you.
I don't either.
But
Please.
people are people. Okay, we're all people, right? And we all have different things that happen in life, but we all have a heart. We can agree on that. So let's
Yeah.
agree that you're be able to judge me because there's only in my life,
Right.
and everyone gets to decide this. Our son served. All of us have sons. And mine is there, whatever it is for everybody else.
Mhm.
I do not want to see judgment. I do not want to see what I call hatred. I don't want to see division. And I don't want it in our world either. So I think that it should also apply in our world and in the Gold Star community, because as people in general, I step back a minute and I go, well, Tracy, would you be friends with that person if you weren't a mother who lost someone serving? Sometimes I have learned now, and I learned the hard way, and I'll admit that.
Yeah, we all have.
And I do still, but I go, would I actually, or would they judge me immediately? Or would I be, it's like before I even get a word out. So, I say, if you don't know me and you haven't taken the time to get to know me, or the resources of, I don't have everything, everybody. I just was doing some things before he was killed that put me in touch with some other programs that they're out there. And so I met people, and it didn't help me in any way for my own son dying, but it helps now when I get a hold of someone or I'm working on something. I find a family. For instance, Jim didn't know there was Gold Star Family Day, and I was like, let me explain that to you. But I can get a call. Oh, there he is.
One thing.
It is Sergeant Carter hour. He is there. Everybody in the show right now, shout out to Sergeant Carter.
Hey,
Sergeant Carter. He likes, it's almost like a photo bomb, but it's a broadcast bomb.
No worries.
Yeah,
Logan,
no real bomb. Meaning he dropped in the show. I just realized the word I used.
Awesome. Well, can I just add a little something to that?
Sure.
I feel that if we keep in mind the reason why our sons served and how much they loved the brotherhood they had, why can we replicate that? And if we want to honor our children, why don't we start with our own, like they did with their own? Because, you always hear they have that very strong brotherhood.
Yeah.
Well, we need to replicate that, because we always say we want to honor their memory and continue their service. Well, how about we start with our own community? How about we show the world that we are together?
Yeah.
Together we can have a lot of things happen.
Yeah.
Like this Gold Star family holiday. How wonderful to have a holiday, to see it on a calendar. How wonderful to have across the nation registration that we don't have to pay. Did you know that in Texas we have to pay for registration plus plus a $40 vanity plate charge?
Wow.
My plates aren't vanity. My
That's right.
my place cost blood and tears. I should not have to pay registration plus $40 for a vanity plate.
Wow.
Not a vanity.
That's disrespectful.
Honor. Yeah, that is it. So how about we get together as a community and we put all the things that need to be changed, and together we work on all of those things.
Yes, we need that holiday. We do.
We will. So Anna, to add to that, it is the, like toll roads, for instance, there are veterans here that there's a lot of things that happen. And I'm glad, I'm not taking away from the veterans. I always have to point this out.
Right.
But there are things that are there for the veterans. Well, they're still veterans. It's just their voice. We are their voice. They are voiceless. We're now that voice. So I just had this on the phone today with someone, and I said, so you're telling me if he were here and I could get him on the phone, that you'd say yes, but because it's me, you're going to say no. And I'm not going to go into what it was. But I was like, okay, all you're doing is pushing me even more. And so, Anna, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's no such thing as a vanity plate, number one, when it comes to this. And what she's talking about is your license plate. If you want that to say Gold Star Mom. And then we want to talk about highway signs. There's a lot of legislation here in Texas. Yeah. Texas is every 2 years in session, so you got to cram it in when you can. I do have someone from Texas. I think Jim probably knows who it is, actually. Okay, he's there. So as you're listening right now to us, not only the signs, but we're talking about the tags. We're also talking about a few other things that need to go into legislation. In Texas, that's pretty easy. Right now with the election, Sheila, and Jim, we have several things, right, that we're all looking at. So that's why we're forming that committee. So I do believe that Anna might already be in it. I'll have to look again. And if you want to be in it, you need to just reach out to me. You'll be surprised on who's in there and who isn't. And it's because if it's a small group that wants to work together and it's regarding not just legislation, but ways to improve, educate, and make an impact in a positive direction, that's the pathway that works best. Going down the negative road, I've already had a lot of that in my life. So the less fighting, the better, unless I'm watching a UFC match or something. But other than that, I don't want to see the division. I don't want to listen. I don't want to be used anymore and left behind.
Right.
I don't want you like you're my friend and then you're not, because then you got you're gone.
Right.
So
I mean,
yes,
we already feel miserable. We already feel
I
miserable.
know. Already.
Why add more to it?
Right.
Yes. And again, so Anna, like I've had Anna before, I've had Sheila. I was able to do it for Jim, but we all just watch each other's back, look out for each other. But there are a few things that, because you can still, anybody that's in my head, because I won't say who, you could call me today and I will still help you, give you information, but I'm a lot more cautious now to understand I am not a friend. I am a resource. Can give you maybe some information you need and a direction, and that's okay. And that is something that I've had to learn the hard way, is that Tracy, you're not gonna be friends with everybody and you can't please everybody. So and Jim, have you experienced this as well?
Absolutely. I think we mentioned it, maybe it was with Terry, how your address book changes.
Oh
after
your address book. He's a little older. He said Rolodex.
the friendships you thought were solid, or the people that you thought you had in your life.
Yep, they're gonna walk away.
They kind of just disappear. And then people you never thought you had a relationship with are now the most dependable, beautiful friendships that I have. I've got some long-lasting friendships from childhood, and those people are as solid as they can be. But I've also, after the initial, hey, we're sorry, I'm here for you, they're not here anymore. I don't know if that answered your question, but that's what was clicking in my head.
I think you said it best, and Terry did too. I just changed it from Rolodex to my phone and my ad. I updated it, and that's what I want to do. I really want us to update. So I love having where we've got Sheila, again, and I'm like, say their names now. Sheila, the funny thing is, and I'll have to show you on the back channel, what Sheila said before I met Sheila, literally, even online. And people find it weird that as Gold Star families, we will meet online and we're like, oh, yeah, I know that. And it's because we've gone through that same horrible tragedy. It draws us together, I hope. So walking in a room and people, and hugs was not weird for me. It's that, well, maybe a couple. It's hard for me to lie. But for the majority, it was like, ooh, okay, this is good. I like this. I like the atmosphere. I loved it. It's very just casually accepting.
Yes.
Carter, you're coming on. I swear. Look at him. Yes, you are correct. We have some wonderful friends now that we would not have had under different circumstances. And shout out to Sarge. And I always want to remember Miss Kim, because we always hug and everybody's like, hey, she doesn't hug people. And I'm like,
he doesn't.
I think he's great. But going forward, again, I want to say this, because Sheila, before we cross paths, what you say about the sorry thing, I was saying that, but I was saying it.
Mm.
I would say,
Mhm.
don't tell me sorry. It sucks. So take your sorry and go put it into action. And they would like, oh, what? What'd you say?
Mhm.
So I have it back here, and I've never said it to you because I was like, man, I don't want to tell her.
Aw.
Sorry. Thank you. No, it's a great thing. So I immediately went, man, she knew exactly what I meant. So even to this day,
Mhm.
it's hard for me to say sorry. I say, I'm going to tell you it sucks. And then take your sorry and go do something and put it to action.
Mhm. Right.
I say that recently to that ranger, and it's Ranger Rick. Shout out Ranger Rick. I'm going to send you a picture, Sheila, and you're going to go, oh, you did that? And I'm like, yes, I did. I told the truth. And he's Sheila, Anna, Jim, everybody listening out there. We've got a ranger, big old guy, and he's putting on an event, and he's on the show. Go back and look if you want to see it. It's Ranger Rick Man 22 Run. And he's talking about it. And Sheila, I said it because somebody was saying sorry or something. And I said, and somewhere back there, I have mine next to yours. Literally on my wall. On the back channel, we'll get together. And they said something about sorry. And I said, take your sorry because it sucks. And then go put it into action. And I went, oh, wait a minute. and he just stopped. He just was stunned. And he just sat there. And I said, are you okay? He goes, I never heard it like that. And interesting way to put that. Now, to make someone like that silent, like sit there at you, I was thinking, is he gonna get me or is he okay? He was like, wow, I never really. He goes, I thought I was saying that, but boy, that just kind of goes for the gusto. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but go right for it. I mean, there's no beating around the bush here. So I said, now from now on, though, I have to take my part and I add Miss Sheila's. And I said, so, and I mentioned your name on the show. And I said, so I take my part and I add Miss Sheila. And now we have a whole thing. And I said, and by the way, I didn't tell him your name. I said, and by the way, it's not our LTW, it's MLTW. Even Anna knows that I'm talking about. We have Anna send a text once. And Sheila's laughing. Look at everybody. Look how beautiful her laugh is. And Anna, I put that in a text once. They must think we're talking all the time. It's about when we're going, things we're doing, things we're working on, right? We want everybody to get together and get along.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Anna, I remember me doing the MLTW. Sheila's laughing, I'm laughing. You're like, what are y'all talking about? And I
like, I don't understand 3 or 4 letter words, and I don't understand. I'm the worst on that. Like, like you have to remember, I'm originally from another country, so you put it together in regular plain English because I don't understand. That would be like learning a third language.
Yeah. Well, it's a ranger thing, so I think that's why, because of
too.
It's like you're in the Marines. So the Marines, Jim and Anna,
Yeah.
a whole different way.
Yeah. Right.
That is an eating crayons moment for me.
Well, yeah.
Jim knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they got me once on that one. Wow, they got me. They were
different crayons,
different crayons
with different branches.
Yeah.
Like, gee, red or green? Which one is it? And,
whatever color comes out of the box first.
Sounds like an insult, but okay.
It's not. It's not. We have a lot of fun with that. Actually, I'm glad.
I was like you, Anna. I was like, first, I was like, wait a minute. Let me make sure that they're kind of going where I think they're going, because I'm not going to comment. And then they're going.
I was very proud to raise a crayon eater.
I feel the same. Hey, I've got 2 and I might have a third one. So we need probably the 64 count.
I'll ship you a big
the 64 count with with the sharpener in the box.
I'll get you a big old case of crayons. We're going to ship for a bunch of crayons.
Right.
We're to a treat. We have people tuning in. We've even had and other people in the world, like for instance, so Miss Sheila and Miss Anna, I'm so glad that you came on Patriots Inside the Wire. For everyone, remember this will be a podcast later, so they won't be able to see us; they'll hear us. So Patriots Inside the Wire tonight, you have Anna Hernandez, Sheila Mitchell Murphy, Jim McCollum, the new co-host. My name is Tracy. But really, it's Patriots Inside the Wire. And you can find us anywhere that you get your podcast, anywhere that you look at your shows. Honestly, literally, we have a broadcast. I don't like to give out the broadcast. I'd like you to go to our YouTube, and I'd like you to go to our Facebook or our accounts that are social media too, or the actual podcast. If you're just out and you want to listen to something, we still support our veterans. And the reason it's Patriots Inside the Wire is because it's not just about that. It just happens that we are Gold Star families, and we understand, just like others right now, that it is very important that we take care of each other as people. So I try to go back to that place where someone may not understand, except that you will understand as an individual on anything you're going through in life. Be careful, because you never know what's going on in someone else's day. So I just tell people, be careful before you kind of go there. Maybe take a step back, and and I would love for people to correct information, update information, and you can do this kindly, but I don't want you to sit there when there is something going on that could easily be corrected just by speaking up. And so that's taken me a while to understand too. So it is okay to update. It is okay to educate. It is okay to inform. It is okay to ask us questions. I don't expect you to know everything, but when it comes to our own community, even, I'm going to employ everybody tonight to say, it's okay that if we all don't get along, but we really need to have respect. So I respect anyone that has their immediate family member that is and has served or is serving currently. And that involves our veterans. And I go a step further, right? And it's not just me. It shouldn't be it's every one of us right here. That is why with us, you will see on Patriots Inside the Wire. I want you to see this. And Jim and I had a good laugh about this one.
And Tracy,
the logo itself. Look at how many are in there. I mean, we even have Space Force. And so we will have Patriot Fest coming to you soon. We've got some information that will be coming. Sheila, again, is a Army Ranger mother, a Gold Star mother. Anna Hernandez is a Gold and Blue Star mother of 2 Marines, one of which is her Gold Star family, Lance Corporal Armando Hernandez. Remember that name. Miss Sheila is Specialist Etienne Murphy. And I wonder if my country says that right. So you'll have to correct me.
That's right.
And then Jim, Mr. Rylee McCollum. I say Sergeant Two-Step on mine. But if you have something, we're getting a little past that hour mark. What I'd like to do is see if you have some closing remarks, because I have something for you and I want to be able to play it. So I'd love to hear if there's something you'd like to say, some closing remarks, and then I'd like to show you something.
I would like to say something
Okay.
really quick, and it's just to kind of bring the community together. We always hear, and I think at our son's graduation, that our boys are the 1% that raised their hand to serve. And of that 1%, we are Gold Star families. I don't know what percentage that is. And there's probably not even a percentage to put together. Let's come together and let's honor our children the way they deserve. And let's them do the best justice that we can do by staying together.
Yes,
Yeah, there's another group of people that I want to mention too. Those are the families whose children or loved ones raised their hand, but they weren't active. So they're not considered Gold Star. And they're just left out there by themselves. No one cares. And it's sad. And there needs to be a change in that, because I do not believe that the special woman who started, taking care of the veterans back then with the Gold Star and Blue Star. Can't imagine that she would want a grieving mother to be excluded because her child wasn't active when they passed. And that's so painful to me. I cannot exclude another mom from an event because her child wasn't active. And I don't even feel comfortable asking her if her child was active. I just know he or she raised their hand to protect me. And I'm going to honor them. They're just as much a hero as my son.
Absolutely.
And it hurts my heart. There's so many out there who are just left alone. But I thank God for, you, Tracy, organization. There are organizations, the Gold Star Parents Retreat, a tribute to fallen soldiers Northwest. They don't care if your loved one was active or not. If they raise their hand, they will be honored. And that's my thing as well for my nonprofit. It's also for parents who have lost a loved one that may not have been active. And my website, supports Gold Star Parents. If people could just share it, get the word out there, because there's one mom, and she doesn't mind if I say her name. She's lost 2 children in the military, but she lost 3 children, I think, in the span of 2 or 3 years. And sometimes she needs toiletries and things. This poor mom is on dialysis. She's had cancer and she's struggling. Can you imagine losing 3 children? And she has no help. So my fund helps her out, with daily essential needs, like, laundry detergent and things like that. Sometimes when she goes to dialysis, she's so weak when she comes home, she can't cook. These are the I'm sorry into action that I'm looking for. There should be some type of subsidy for parents and the siblings to help out, because we're just incapacitated when we get that news. And some of us never recover. I have not recovered.
That ripple goes so much further, so deep.
Yes.
Can mention, and Anna, you'll relate to this. One of the 13 families, they lost that one son, and then I think just last year and a half ago, the other son enlisted, and they were just called that they were that they're going to deploy. So as you were telling your story, I'm thinking about this family, and my heart just
I know. Oh, Anna, I know.
Hugs for all of you. But I just wish I could wrap my arms around them and let them know everything's okay. But I just learned that yesterday.
Oh, well,
I'm sorry about that.
Thinking about them, because I know exactly what it feels. And to have my youngest and my only one, 3, to say we want to serve, it's really hard.
Oh, it is. I feel for you. And I'm so sorry for your pain, Jim and Tracy.
So proud
We're
of
all hurting.
And so proud that this young man stepped up. But that part of me that worries.
There's no peace.
You just want to wrap protecting arms around the young man and make sure everything's okay. But an absolute pleasure meeting you, ladies. This was
you too, Jim. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tracy, for having me on.
Of course. So did you have words, Anna? Did we get your last words?
I said it. Yeah, thank you so much. Sheila, thank you for thinking of those. Yeah. And at the end, we just have to remember that we are parents who lost a child.
Right. That's right.
That is the end result. Right. I miss my child.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't imagine going up to another mother, and I never will, or father, or siblings.
Right. Fathers too.
Or that. And Sheila, I want to elaborate. I know what you're talking about. I want to say this. Everybody that has gone into the service, when they raise that hand, they take an oath, foreign and domestic. Let me say foreign and domestic. Now, they don't go into a classroom or go to a desk or a cubicle. They are training. They are preparing for. They are from day one government, 24/7. There is no, oh no, right now you're not. It's foreign and domestic, day one and all the way out. Unfortunately, and that's where I go with people. And then I say, and I only have one question: were they active duty? Yes or no? And then cut it off.
That's all you need to know. Yeah.
That's all I know. That's it. If you're calling me about a resource, but if we have conversations on a back channel, we can discuss more. But I've had to really go there because Well, we won't go into it on this show, but really it is a need that needs to be done. And I am not used to now the old me. I looked at some of my messages before my son was gone. And I was like, man, was I nice or was I not? Because some of them were, I could speak up a lot easier and be like, no, you're not doing that. Now it's like, I don't know. It's like you don't want to ruffle or you just, I don't know. It's so uncomfortable. I don't know how else to say it. It's like you can find one and then you hope that they're not going to judge you when you know you're going to fall apart or you know that there's a situation making you full of anxiety. And you may be okay. But you know what?
For me, because I used to be very outspoken as well.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more reserved now. And for me, it's I want to make sure I'm making Rylee proud or he would be proud of what I'm doing versus me just throwing it out there. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I didn't. Now I care a little bit more because I do
Recognize.
It's a reflection
representing. Yeah, you want to represent him. Yeah.
That's
Sheila.
important.
Great way. The way that we usually end on a show for Patriots Inside the Wire is we have some great veterans that are musicians. Now, so I have to tell everyone this, and I do this because it's for our veterans that are doing music, or if it's our broadcast, meaning Patriots Inside the Wire. When you go to listen to music or you go to listen to a podcast, or you're going to YouTube and you want to subscribe or follow, you have to do that or we get no credit. And I want to point this out. There is no money tree. There is no sponsor. There's no one paying, not one penny over here to do this broadcast. Every bit of equipment we've bought this, that would be we, like me. Nothing coming in. I point that out. So if you'd like to support Gold Star families, we will definitely talk to you.
Yes.
But I really want to point that out. We're doing this for a reason from our heart. Now, do we need it in order to do some things that we'd like to put together for this 2 events? One's a retreat, one's Patriot Fest. And the two you would be like, part of it involves UFC, part of it is our MC writers, and then you got your singers going on. I got it all planned out. It's something I used to do. And then, so we have a lot of veteran singers. And so our great veteran singers nowadays, digital era, the only way they get credit too is if when you go to listen to their music, you have to add it to a playlist. So whether it's Spotify, whatever you're going to, that veteran's music or this show, whether it's Jim as a Gold Star father or Tracy as a Gold Star mother or the Patriot that's the producer, none of us are getting paid for this. But if you add us and to a playlist and you don't even listen, fine. But at least add it to the playlist and subscribe and follow. And please do that for the artists. So tonight, I have one that a season is 3 months in this industry. I'd like to pick a song and I want to give it to you. And what we will do is have that for you. And I want to bring up a few pictures. So I'm going to read those out and we will be rolling out here in a moment for the show. But hang on here. Hang on. I see your message there. Production's got a message for us. I saw that. Thank you. And so we've got Miss Sheila and Anna. Brooks Herring is an artist, a veteran, who is amazingly supportive of the Gold Star families. Not that some of them aren't. I'm just telling you that when they say, here's my music, like for free to play, it was easy and they didn't hesitate. So no one get your feelings hurt out there. It's not like I'm not working with you. I'm not going to use your music unless I've been given permission. That's what it is. And the reason that these two are on this show is because there was permission and I did ask. I'm not going to call and say, send me a message and we'll talk about you being on the show. So I'm going to give you a choice here. You got Brooks Herring out of Nashville, but a veteran. He's got a few songs in here. Woman. And then you've got the good parts. You got Coming Home. Then you've got Malachi. Malachi's music, and he goes by Doc. I call him Doc. He's got one called Wallet Size and For Those That Remain. And then I have Mike Corrado. Now, love you, Mike. Don't know this song, so I'm going to warn you there. I may need to listen first. And the other we've already played for Terry picked it the other night, so I'm not love you out there. He knows it's here, so I'm not going to give y'all that one as a choice. But we've got Brooks Herring. You've got One Hell of a Woman, The Good Parts, Coming Home, and then you've got Malachi, and it's Wallet Size. Now, Wallet Size is about pictures, and For Those That Remain. Do you want me to pick? You want me to tell you what they are? Or you want to just roll with it? I think you're One Hell of a Woman, number one. And then there are some good parts. So,
ladies' choice.
And then what you will see, everyone, as they're deciding, I am going to be bringing up pictures that will be of Etienne Murphy, who was in the Army, and right there with his mother, Sheila Murphy, and her family. And then I have Miss Anna Hernandez, a Gold Star and Blue Star mother of Lance Corporal Armando and his family. So as both families will have something that will pull up for them to the song that they choose, and that choice is yours. So
I want to choose anyone because I'm just grateful they're supporting us, and it's hard to pick one over the other one. I'm just so grateful that these singers support our families to even have the opportunity to pick. So I put it in the pot, and whoever plays.
okay, you've got Coming Home, The Good Parts, One Hell of a Woman. Sheila?
It doesn't really matter, but what I did was I did a song with Operation Song. They did a song called Etienne Song. So Operation Song would do a free song for all of you.
I wish they would. I would do that.
Operationsong.org, I think it's .org. They will make a
Sheila,
song.
get me in touch. You know me.
And I'm going to send it to you. I'm sending it to you now, Tracy. But, maybe sometime in the future, you could do one for Adam, Rylee, Armando. Beautiful, beautiful songs that they ask you questions. And while you're answering them, they're actually writing a song. It's amazing.
Yes, and a lot of the veterans have gone through it, but I didn't see that they were doing it for Gold Star families.
Yeah.
Music is medicinal. That's why it's always on our show.
Yeah.
And so then we're going to go to Jim. If we can't have us pick, Jim, I'm going to put it on you. You've got Brooks Herring's One Hell of a Woman, The Good Parts, Coming Home. And I have another one. I'm trying to give you a hint here. But Jim, it is up to you.
Let's do the Brooks Herring. That's the first one I wrote. Those three were him.
Oh yeah, he's very, very supportive. That's why I said I've got a few that are not that they all are.
Thank you.
There are a couple that are very supportive, and I really like to give back to those that don't even hesitate. They say, you know what, here. So I've got Malachi, I've got Brooks Herring. I don't want to go down a list because I'll forget someone. So I might get some calls or something later, and I don't want that. So Brooks Herring's One Hell of a Woman, The Good Parts, Coming Home.
Let's do the good parts.
Okay, thank you. We've got a song. It is Brooks Herring. Please add Brooks Herring. He's been very supportive of the show, very supportive of our Gold Star families. Check him out. Here it goes. And as I'm doing this again, you will see Miss Sheila and Miss Anna's pictures as we roll. And here we go with Brooks Herring.
It was a pleasure, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you, Jim.
Nice to meet you guys.
You can't say you know me unless you know drunk and drive. You can't say you love me and not love Mr. High. You can't praise me for the camera shame me at the bar. No, you can't have me, and only take the good parts. I know it's not easy, but it sure ain't that hard. It's the time in between, babe, that tears me apart. When the stage light pollution seems to block out the stars, it's the neon glass sparkle that makes up the good part. I've been in darkness, and I've been in the light, seen beauty in color, while I live black and white. I've begged for forgiveness, oh, I've poured out my heart, praying I make it long enough to see the good part. The sun's bright and painful, sweat's dry and cold, the good parts are waiting, the doctor's coming home.
Patriots Inside the Wire. We were able to just pull up some wonderful pictures there. If you get a chance, please tune into the actual show. Thank you so much. Did not want to make you cry, but I wanted everyone to see that.
It's okay.
I want them to see that our children in their lives with their families, and I believe that it helps them understand that it's the only way I could think of to let them inside a little bit, because I don't
Yes.
want them to feel it. So I don't want to make you cry, but I do want to
It's
honor,
okay. It's
and
okay.
I do want to respect and take care of, and I don't want to not show the pictures.
Right. I want you to show them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you
Yeah,
both.
we need to
Beautiful.
speak their names.
Yes. All
We
of
need
them.
to
Yes.
continue speaking their names.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Always. And I want to thank all of you for raising one of my heroes. Thank you.
Same, Sheila. And
You
all of
both know I love you very, very much, and there's a lot we can do together. I got you. I got you right now, Sheila. I see you. I got you. Listen, she's really strong. It's don't send her a message telling her anything on Facebook, whoever that was.
Oh boy.
I don't like hearing that. So,
I'm
don't
used
judge
to it.
people.
I'm used to
You
it.
know, listen, people are people. We've all got a heart. Let's have some common sense out there and a little bit of respect and decency, even if we're not talking about our world.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in this world, come on. We all understand that you got a heart, I've got a heart, and there is no need for any of that. And sometimes you may just need to walk away. And so that's a lesson I've learned, is that, you know, Tracy, you're not meant to be maybe friends with certain people.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, but maybe we can make a difference together, and I won't shut the door. Right. So,
And I'm crossing
friends.
paths with the people that are supposed to be in my life. So
Well,
Right,
Jim,
that's
that was
right.
well said.
Included.
Yes, yes. I will let you two know you are my friends, so you're not. I didn't. I'm not doing that to you. I'm just making a point out there. As you, I heard it from Anna. I heard it from Sheila. In your words, Jim, I heard you too. I think we're all saying the exact same thing in our words. So I'll roll us out now. You've been on with Patriots Inside the Wire. Wow. Okay. We have one channel that just they want to keep hearing from us. So I thank them so much. Jim, we've bypassed your numbers last week there. There is one committee out there. I can see you. I thank you very, very much. They always tune in when it is about our Gold Star families. And then we try to educate them that your rights, your speech, your freedom of speech, listen, where do you think that came from? I mean, think back for generations. We're going to roll out. It has been nice to have you with me here at Patriots Inside the Wire, but not just me. Mr. Jim McCollum is now a part of Patriots Inside the Wire. He is a co-host. He's the father of Riley with Afghanistan 13. We have a full episode with Jim coming out soon, and tune in tomorrow night. We do have something coming that we want you to tune into. Sheila and Anna, you know that you can always come to me. You want to get on, there's an event, or you just want to be a part of it. Welcome. So I'm going to roll us out here. Don't run yet. Don't sign out yet. There's a reason. Even at the end here. But thank you for joining us on Patriots Inside the Wire tonight. Here on your screen, if you're listening, you've got 4 people on the screen that have lost their sons by serving in the military when they took that oath. Great active duty individuals raised to defend, protect, and honor. Let's respect and remember and go forward and give a voice to the voiceless. We thank you for joining Patriots Inside the Wire. Again, with the families that are right here with us. We hope that you'll continue to tune in. And from there, we can together make a difference, get together with legislation. There is some legislation that needs to be done. So as we roll out to Patriots in the Wire, stand by.
Thank you for watching another episode of Patriots Inside the Wire, hosted by Gold Star mom, Tracy Two-Step. Help us broaden our reach. Like, subscribe, and share.
Don't stop it, hurts. So I'm my brother Two-Step.
As he said, there we are. Let's hold by and thank you for joining us on